Okay, good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday, January 21st, 2026 at 5 PM, and it's time to call the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order. Ms. Jones, roll call, please.
Mayor Barnett.
Present.
Mr. Austin.
Here.
Ms. Joe.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Please stand for the pledge. Again, thank you all for being here. Is there any announcements or public comments that does not pertain to the agenda? Hi, Rosie. You got the cue. So Rosie Chambers, who did not go up to get on the record, we'll just say that she just spoke. Let's just say that she just spoke to remind everyone that the State of the City address is February the 11th at the Garment Factory. Thank you, Rosie.
Can I also remind you that you only have 2 seats left, so if you were planning to come Lynn Gray, you might want to go ahead and register.
Wow, already got called out. Okay. It's going to be a fun meeting.
And Rosie is relaying
you.
the message on because she didn't come up to the microphone again. Just got to get that little dig in. But she's also relaying on that they're running out of seats, so if anybody wants to go to the State of the City address, they need to get on the chamber website and go ahead and order tickets now. Thank you, Rosie.
Thank you, Rosie, for reminding me.
Okay, anybody else with any announcements, public comments? Hearing none, we'll go on to consent agenda.
Move to approve the meeting minutes from January 5th Board of Works meeting and also the approval of claims as
Second.
presented.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
There isn't any old business. We'll go right into new business. Discuss and approval regarding the mayor's Franklin Mayor Youth Leadership Council project placement of Dog Bowls President Ben Worland.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Ben Warland, and are there slides for? Oh, sorry, sorry. I'll just start talking about the project while those get pulled up. So basically, this year the Mayor's Youth Leadership Council voted on installing dog water bowls around town. There are a couple locations we have. I'll kind of get into that, but just kind of an overview of like what this is. Essentially, the idea is to get about 2 or 3 water bowls, because I guess the good thing about this project is that we can just kind of do as much or as little as we need to do or figure that we can do.
Or how much money you got.
Yeah, or how much money we got. I would say we can, we can go as far as we want, because our ideal budget is, we kind of have down there, is going to be like $6,000 to $10,000. That would get us around the goal, which is 2 to 3 bowls. I'll kind of get into that later, though. But the function is, of course, to provide clean water for pets around Franklin to drink while they're on walks with their owners, and then the location would be along our Franklin trails. So some potential ones, we actually went out and kind of walked around Franklin and found a couple spots that we thought would be good. So we were thinking, for one, the pickleball courts near the amphitheater, because go pair very nicely with our lights that we just installed last year. And then the other one would be near the trails at Needham Elementary. And so the good thing about these locations is you'll notice there's already water fountains there. So it's cheaper, of course, to just add on the water fountains to pre-existing ones than as to build a whole new one. So these would probably be the first 2 we would want to do if we got enough funding from our fundraisers, which is kind of the next thing I'm going to talk about. So we kind of had a plan of how, this is kind of our budget, this is our goal, because it's about $1,000 to $2,000 to just add on an attachment to a water fountain, and that's been quoted. So if we get about $4,000, then we can just do those, and then it's about $6,000 in per an additional water fountain, which is where like the 10 comes from. So then we could do about 3 and make even a new one. So fundraising ideas that we've already started kind of working on are up there. The big one being the walkathon. We're currently already talking with Rec and Chip about organizing that and getting that together. But we've been doing a lot of other smaller things already. I saw some of you at the Winter Market. We worked concession stands this last Saturday at the high school to raise money. We are hoping to do a Dine to Donate. We've been trying to reach out to Greeks. They haven't got back to us yet. So we're working on that. But we've done other smaller things too to raise funds, so we're just looking for approval.
So Ben, just a question that I
Yes.
have for you. Can you relay to everyone where you got this idea from?
Yeah. So actually, a year ago, we did a chili supper at the Elks Lodge, and it was one of the ideas mentioned by one of the Elks Lodge members, and we're actually doing one again this year, a week from now, on Wednesday night, so it's great, because we try to, like, actively, like, talk to the community, and so that was kind of a wonderful example of our ability to kind of, like, work together and find things the community wants. And then the kids, of course, the council loved the idea, too, because we voted on it then, and they really liked that idea, so.
So when the chili cook-off is also a fundraiser for you, correct?
Yes, it is also, we'll also be raising money there, yeah,
Okay,
so,
thank you. That's all I had. Just wanted to make sure that the public knew that.
oh, yeah,
So-
thank you.
I hope your mother was watching. She'd be proud of your presentation.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Nicely done.
Yes.
She's stuck in a meeting.
That's why.
I'll fill her in. But
Okay, good.
Ben, I love this idea. This is a great project.
I know, we've received a lot of positive feedback when you tell people about it, you know, they like this.
Okay, is there any other questions? Hearing,
What can we do to help?
Show up to the walkathon, I think, you know, that's gonna be the biggest thing we can really help on. I think that's all, and then, of course, we're gonna be working with, yeah.
need approval
Yeah.
to place the dog fountains, work with Chip to get them placed.
Okay,
Is it-
okay.
and then you'll probably come back with some kind of chip, I'm sure with a quote or a contract or something whenever you get to that.
Yeah, they'll come back with a contract. We've already started getting quotes and that kind of stuff already.
Okay,
so.
and that will be a Board of Works approval. So,
Okay.
yeah, so, okay. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it.
you.
Good job.
Oh, I think they need a motion.
Yeah, I would make a motion to approve the FMYLC project placement of dog bowls
In conjunction with the Parks Department?
in conjunction with working with Chip at the Parks Department.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now thank you, Ben. Good job. Okay. All right, we'll go on to item number 2, approval of invoice and final inspection forms for the Franklin OOR program. Whitney, or Krista, you gonna?
Not, no, I didn't hear back from her today, so I will do the best I can.
Okay.
Basically, there are a couple from the first round of contracts that were approved that are finished, and the final inspection, so they have a inspector that they contract with to go out on these projects and write up a scope of work and put the bid documents together. And then the contracts are signed, the contractors go out, do the work, and then that same inspector goes back out after the work's completed, goes over the work that's been done with the homeowner and make sure everything's satisfactory. So this is the closeout for one of the 5. I don't see any more than that, so I'm guessing there will be more to come.
Okay, so you just need approval on this one tonight for the closeout.
Yes.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve the invoice and final inspection forms of Franklin OOR program as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Sorry,
Okay.
just to clarify, there were 2 properties, 2 different addresses listed here, so 132 Circle Drive and 1055 East Jeff, so 2 of them are finished.
Okay,
Yes.
Jan, can you just make a note that there was 2 instead of 1 in the minutes? Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, the next item, request approval of the 2026 Title VI implementation plan. City Attorney Lynn Gray.
Thank you, sir. We have one of these, and the reason that we have one of these is, first of all, we're all subject to Title VI, which essentially is a non-discrimination requirements for federal and state government. And because we are a recipient at times, primarily through NDOT projects of federal funds, you have to have a Title VI plan that says that we treat all people fairly and equally, and we don't discriminate based on gender and race and et cetera, as Title VI prohibits us from doing. This plan was reviewed by our ADA compliance officer, which is Matt McElroy, as well as our Title VI implementation director, which is Joanna Tinnell, and myself, and we prepared it. We used 2020 census to update our numbers with regard to the diversity that we have within the city, actions that we take. It's essentially a document that is to be maintained by the city and is required. You'll know that in some of our contracts, we require contractors to state that they comply with Title VI and things. And if we do not have these, we cannot receive funds from NDOT, nor can we receive federal funds. So that would have a severe impact on the city if we could not do that. So we need to have this approved. We generally bring it back every couple of years when NDOT asks us to have the most recent plan in place. And so with your approval of this, then I will file this with NDOT, and they keep it as part of their records, should anybody want to inquire.
Makes sense.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2026 Title VI implementation plan.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next one, renewal of the department's utility contract for body cameras. City Attorney Lynn Gray.
Thank you. This one will require a little bit of background, and thank you for your questions. They're very good, because it's a little bit different. As you know, actually 63 months ago, the city entered into a contract with utility to provide our body cameras. Before I go any further, I want to give a public shout out to Kirby, and I know that Officer Summers will be watching on live stream, because I told him I would give him his flowers here publicly, because he did a lot of work on this process. Our contract, our original contract for the body cameras, and I think they've been very useful and successful, used by our police department, was due to expire in November of this year, and in fact did expire. The first 5-year term expired. At that point in time, Officer Summers then began discussing with utility about renewing the contract.
So it, excuse me, Lynn,
Yeah.
it expired in November of
Of
25?
November of 25.
Okay.
That's correct.
Thank you.
He began working with them. Their original quote was $740,000 for 5 years. And their first contract with us that we began 5 years ago was for $673,373.60. So obviously, that was a pretty big bump in the contract. I will tell you, it did include new cameras, a lot of our equipment over time. After 5 years, it's used hourly, so it had a lot of wear and tear on it. It did include some new software, it includes some new hardware, but that was the first quote that they gave us. Scott continued to work with them, tell them, no pun intended, but he and I were able to be good cop, bad cop, and tell them that I wasn't going to go for that, but he could try to maybe get, and that was a pun that was intended. And eventually, he was able to get them to agree upon a contract price of $694,999.97. So that differs just slightly at $20,000 different over what the 5-year contract was, what the original contract was 5 years ago. Because we finally got to the point where they agreed on our number, just to make sure that we were doing our due diligence, although it's not required, because this is a sole source contract with the state of Indiana. Scott also reached out to the only other entity that many police departments use across the state of Indiana. You may have seen these on TV, where you see the body cam footage. It says Axum. Axum sometimes is who's used. They basically told us that they had no ability to get below $1 million. So we felt that our $600,000, comparing apples to oranges, that our $694,000 quote was probably the best we were going to do, even though it was a sole source. By that time, then, we have gone 3 months under the terms of the old contract. And when they presented the contract to me, they presented it in the form of a 63-month contract, which I did not want to do, because for the 3 months, if we were paying under the new contract, we didn't have the new equipment. So I said, no, what we need to do is we need to pay you for 3 months under the old contract. And in the fine print, it did allow us to continue the terms of the old contract if they did not give us notice that they were not going to renew. And I said, I have a senior notice not to renew. So understanding that, they said, okay, we will take the months of December and November, December, and January under our old contract of 3 months and start a new contract in February of this year at the higher rate with the new equipment. Frankly, it wasn't fair for us to pay at the higher rate without the new equipment, but it wasn't also fair for us to have the service and not pay for it. Of course. So that is why you'll see 63 months mentioned in this bid, but the contract itself for the new equipments and moving forward is a 60-month contract. And again, comparing apples to apples, this amount is $694,999 for the next 5 years, and the old one was $673,373. So I can answer any questions, and so can Chief.
I just have a comment that I think that's pretty reasonable, a 5-year and a $20,000 bump and get new equipment. It makes a lot of sense to me.
It did, especially when we were told they couldn't, the competitor, if you will, could not get below $1 million. Their first bid was $1.2 million, so we didn't take any further than that.
Chief, quick question. We have something in place to avoid a lapse.
Yes.
Okay.
We had that worked out in November when Scott actually started working on this. The issue with the contract was not on our end. It was all a utility issue, and
Yeah.
then.
No problem.
We went back and tried to bid it out.
Okay.
See what we could do, but
Yeah.
yes.
And
Thank
they,
you.
and that was, yeah,
Not had any lapse.
yeah.
Okay.
They continued to provide the service, and when they sent us the contract, it was at the higher amount, so, and we wanted to be fair. They've been good partners with us. It just was.
100%,
It was
yeah.
just standard negotiating.
Okay.
I was the bad cop.
Shame
And
on
Scott
you.
did a great job. He did a wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
He
I'm-
did.
I'm-
When you
I'm-
look at-
I'm not
it's-
suggesting that
Yeah,
there's
no,
any.
it's basically a 3% total cash
Oh, it's
value
amazing. The
increase,
number's
which is
amazing.
Yeah,
nothing.
he did a fantastic job.
Are we restricted to 5 years? Or is that,
There are some exceptions in certain types, but typically, yes.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Congratulations to Lynn and Scott Summers on their sharp negotiating skills.
Scott deserves all the credit. He really does. He really does.
And I will make a motion to renew the utility contract for body cameras at an amount of $694,999 for the next 5 years.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
thank you. Thanks, Kitty.
Sorry.
Okay, next item, approval of quotes for Cemetery Headstone Project Phase 5, 93 headstone foundation replacements and 20 resets. Director of Parks and Recreation, Chip Horner.
So this is the 5th time we've done this. It'll be same as all the other times. We did try to attempt to get 3 quotes. We did get one, had 2 decline to quote. For $50,000, we're going to get 93 headstone repairs, 20 resets, and they've already been identified. And as soon as the weather allows, we'll get going. So
Chip, we have gone through this several times. Are these other companies just not interested in this work, or?
yeah, in the closest one, so D&H actually does work out there for us now. So if you go out and you personally buy a grave, the little concrete pad that's already there, they originally do them. So
Okay.
and he says it's just too big of a job for him to do. And then the other one is Midwest Monument Company, which is a fairly large company that you think that would, just not interested.
Okay. Well, I will make a motion to approve the quotes for the cemetery headstone project, Phase 5.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. We'll go on to next item. Requesting the following subdivision performance and maintenance bonds to be accepted for Kingsbridge, Section 4, City Engineer Matt McElroy.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. Requesting the bonds for Kingsbridge Section 4. We got a performance bond, 5882463 for survey monuments in the amount of $8,100. And then for maintenance bonds, we have a a series 5882456 through 62. Earthwork for $70,150. Storm sewer swales and under drains, $46,881.70. Sanitary sewers, $29,772.75. Streets, $69,195.50. Sidewalks, $4,020. Plantings and mounting, $1,000. And street signs, $275.
I'll make a motion to approve the subdivision performance and maintenance bonds for Kingsbridge Section 4 as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Matt. Next item, approval and acceptance of secondary plat for Kingsbridge Section 4, Planning Director Joanna Tennell. Joanna, I think this is the last section, correct?
It is. Section 5 was actually recorded previously just due to timing of construction, but this is Section 4 of Kingsbridge. Coincides with the bonds that were just accepted, so it is ready for the board's consideration and action.
I'll make a motion to approve and accept the secondary plat for Kingsbridge Section 4.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Next item, approval and execution of outdoor lighting service agreement for the Bluffs at Youngs Creek, Section 5B. Planning Director Joanna Tennell. And Joanna, I think you told me today this is next to the last section.
Correct.
Okay.
Section 6 is pending beginning of construction, which we anticipate to be this spring. But for Section 5B of the Bluffs at Youngs Creek, there was an addition of 4 streetlights. The total cost per month to the city would be approximately $50.40. Request approval and to allow the mayor to sign on behalf of the city.
I'll make a motion to approve and execute the outdoor lighting service agreement for the Bluffs at Youngs Creek, Section 5B, and also authorize the mayor to sign on the board's behalf.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Next item, approval for Wessler Engineering, Construction Administration, and Inspection Contract Agreement for the West Side Regional Interceptor Phase 2 Project. City Engineer Matt McElroy.
Thank you. As indicated, this is an agreement with Wessler Engineering to provide our inspection and administration for this project that we bid last fall. I'll just go over kind of what the project was. It's a 7-mile run of sanitary sewer along the west side of Franklin, from basically the school all the way to the wastewater treatment plant. That contract was bid for $9,441,566 and awarded to Subsurface of Indiana. So this agreement with Wessler basically comes out to $651,000, not to exceed amount, without coming back to us with writing. I kind of did the math. It's 6.9% of the total contract, which is a little lower than I expected, but not a bad thing technically. So I usually see around 10 to 12%. So I think this is a good amount for us for inspection.
Thank you, Wessler, because I publicly said I thought your last one was a little high, but this one's great. Thank you.
They listened.
So
They have
just-
been great to work with.
Yes.
I have to say, they've been great to work with.
I will make a motion to approve the Wessler Engineering's Construction, Administration, and Inspection Contract Agreement for the West Side Regional Interceptor.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Next item, request approval of customer order form for the migration and upgrades of the city's financial, utility building, asset, and payroll management platforms and the BS&A software. Clerk Treasurer Jan Jones and IT Director Rick Littleton.
Want me to start? Okay, let me give you a little history here. The agreement before you is for upgrading all the software that the mayor just mentioned. Voice Systems, our vendor, has been the vendor for really as long as I can remember. All, gee whiz, back in Janet Alexander's day even, and it was Computrol, then Keystone, which is what the versions are we use today, and now with BSNA software acquiring Voice Systems, we're looking to upgrade to their new voice cloud. We've been working on this project for many months. We've did some demos with them, checked references, worked with our account executive to get where we are today. So the IT department supports in-house the utility billing office and Jan's office, but IT also pays for the general fund portion of the agreement. The utility pays for their respective billing side of it. After meeting with the mayor, we did adjust the IT budget accordingly to support this. I'll let Jan and Sherry, if needed, answer any questions regard to how they use it. It's long overdue, I can tell you that. The software hasn't seen a major upgrade in a very, very long time. I believe the city of Greenwood's already in the process as well. I don't know who wants to go next.
For our office, we use Keystone Assets to keep track of all of the city's assets. We use it for payroll, we use it for funds, so all claims. Our hopes and what we know will happen from talking to others is Sherry's department and ours, everything will be more streamlined, especially when it comes to claims. And then payroll, we'll still work with Kronos, everything will just be enhanced.
So Rick, whenever, I just want to explain, when you said we adjusted the budget accordingly, and then you also said we've been working on this for a while.
Yes.
That's true, because we adjusted the budget in June or July when we did the budget. So we seen this was going to happen, knew this was going to happen. Same thing with the body cams.
Yep.
We had the money already there in our budget that was approved for 2026, so.
Yeah, although they hadn't been approved, we had been working on it for so long, we had the estimates. Lynn's been looking at the agreements, and she can address that next, but she'd been looking at the agreements for a while, and, you know, that allowed us time to go back and forth on that as well. Yep.
Good job.
Lynn, can you talk about I'm sorry, did I interrupt you?
No, I was going to say any more questions, so thank
Okay.
you.
Can you talk about an exception to the bidding
I
process?
sure can, yes, and thanks for asking the question, especially ahead of time, make sure I can remember. Yeah, we actually have two exceptions here. First of all, BSNA, as Rick has alluded to, is a state QPA. And so many of our municipalities and other entities are using this. I think Ames had a lot of workshops on it, and the state has, so they're approved of that. More importantly, because of the particular type of product, under IC 522.10.7, an exception to the public bidding is given because it's software programs that are compatible with what you have. And so they specifically reference software programs. So there's two categories which this falls under. And Rick is right. The contract itself is just a pleasure to read. Has a lot of fine print, a lot of very small, I had a little bit of tongue in cheek there, a lot of very small print, but there were things that I went back with that they accommodated on that. The next hurdle for us is going to be, they use third-party vendors too to process some of these, services that they provide. And so if they go out and get a third-party vendor, I'll have to look at those contracts, if you will. But once we get them under contract, that probably gives me a little more leverage with their third-party vendors.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for asking.
All right, you ready to take this on, Jan? All right, I will make a motion to approve the customer order form for the migration and upgrade of the city's financial utility billing, asset, and payroll management platforms with BSNA software,
Second.
and authorize the mayor to sign.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
I got one question. Jan, how long, or I should say, how much training is involved? Will it be coming on site and sitting down with you and your team, Sherry and her team, Rick and his
Yes.
team? And
So that's built into the cost,
I saw some of it in there.
the days, and if we don't use all those days, then we don't get charged for all those days. We're also able to, set it up kind of how we want, manipulate it to work for our system.
Sure.
So with them being in-house and helping, hopefully it'll make the learning
A little
process.
smoother. I assume you're doing that in between, right after a billing cycle?
Yeah, in between payroll, in between billing cycles, yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. That gets us, there's no more new business. There's not any other business, so we'll go right into department reports. And Sally, you raised your hand. What's it?
I'd love to start, thank you.
Wait, other business, sorry.
Refresh your
Yeah,
browser.
Oh.
There's one other item.
there's a,
Okay.
That
A
would,
list.
that would be me. There,
Under other business?
yeah.
Okay. Can I see what you got there?
I don't have it.
I don't have it either.
Surplus equipment, we talked about
Oh,
this
yeah,
morning.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I can get that, right here. I got that.
This is just similar to the previous requests that I've brought forward. In this case, there is a small value. These are broken or very old iPhones. You can see there's just two of them here. They have a small value, so the city will receive a check, and that money just goes straight to the general fund. So this is the same as we've done in the past.
Okay, so the item was request disposal of salvage equipment, Director of Technology, Rick Littleton. And Rick just explained that, so. Like you said, Rick, we've done this in the past every time we have stuff to get.
So I
rid
make a
of.
motion to approve as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Rick. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry,
Well, I
put it
knew
on the
too.
wrong agenda.
No, I was the one, I told Jan today, no, we'll have to remember to do that, and I didn't do that. So, yeah, okay, thank you. Next, into the department report. Sally?
Okay. As you know, we're under construction at the wastewater plant, and it's pretty obvious, so a lot of electricians on site. They've actually done some digging, because we had some nice days, and they tell us that they're ready to pour some concrete when they have a little nicer weather, so I guess it's going well.
Thank you. Joanna?
Just wanted to put it out there that we are still looking for a GIS specialist in order to assist the city with getting up into the new age of technology. So that position is posted.
Okay, thank you. Brett?
Nothing this evening, sir.
Nothing?
No.
Krista?
We did not have a quorum for our redevelopment commission meeting Tuesday morning. I think there was maybe like a big game on the night before or something. So we have had to reschedule our redevelopment commission meeting. I just confirmed with the members that we would have a quorum, so it will be January 29th, Thursday at 9 a.m. in this room. And Ellen is preparing the legal notice, the public notice, so I'll get that posted as soon as I have that. So just an update for you, I did add that to the city's website, the calendar, so that's already on there. We have completed demolition of 678 Johnson Avenue, so that is, project is complete and even paid for, so that's great. And work is continuing on 599 East Adams. We are, have some exterior things that need to be done on it that we need the weather to cooperate with us on. And then interior-wise, drywall is complete and, cabinets will be going in and flooring and that kind of stuff. So I'm looking at probably a March completion date for that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Rick,
I don't have anything else, sir.
Sherry?
No, I just wanted to add that with the new BSNA upgrade, that our customers will be very happy because it will be more user-friendly on online payments and things like that too. So I think it's a very good plus for our office, for sure.
Chief Snyder?
Nothing tonight, sir.
Chief Cochran?
The only thing I have, just again, thank you to Deputy Chief Summers and Lynn for working together on that contract. And then anybody that knows anyone looking, we are doing our annual, or our 2-year hiring process, getting ready to start up. That's out on the website, so other than that, nothing.
Chip?
A couple things, we're still looking for summer help, so if anybody knows anybody that's wanting to be a lifeguard, I can't believe this, I said this at a park board meeting, I'm so excited. We hired a pool manager for the summer that's actually a teacher that is wanting to do it every year, so we're really excited about that.
How about that landscaper? You got a landscaper yet?
Oh, well, I got a couple of leads.
All right.
I need to talk to you about one of them.
Absolutely. Oh, another one, so now I have 3. This is great. Scott Park, meeting with our big group is this Friday at 10 a.m. Kickapoo registration was yesterday. We did not break a record. The record is 5 minutes to fill up 150 spots. It took us 8 minutes this time to do it online, so.
What, you got a new person working it or something?
No, it must be a slow internet. It must be Rick's department or something. That or we need to salvage our equipment, something.
Slow iPads.
Other than that, believe it or not, we're getting ready for the summer, so.
All right, thank you. Tara, is there anything to add? Jan? Tina?
It was great having the Coogee kids here. I think they had a good time. We're good hosts.
Yeah, I guess, whatever you say. Ken?
What about them Hoosiers? Holy cow. Wow. That was something else. Anyway, I don't have anything else.
That's great.
No,
She's still.
I'm
Jet-lagged.
tired. I left Miami this morning at 3:30 a.m., so I'm tired.
Only to
Got a lot of
make it-
air miles last few
only
weeks.
to make it back to this meeting.
That's exactly right. I couldn't miss your faces. That's right.
That's dedication.
That's right.
So, all right, I don't have anything to say except for thank all of you for all the hard work you do, and thank our citizens for helping us all take care of our city. So with that, I'll
Make a motion
to adjourn.
Okay, second.
All those in favor?